Let me ask you all a question. Do you ever feel like the shotguns in Titanfall shoot just a little bit too slow, and that if there was just some way to make them a little bit better, you'd contemplate using it because you wouldn't always feel like you're 1 second behind? If so, then I have the video for you today, because we're going to be going rapid fire Mastiff. That's what this whole video is going to be about. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of this game, and then I'm going to bring you guys into a complete game, because for some reason it never occurred to me that I could just try to go rapid fire a whole game. If you ask me, that's the only way to use it. So first I'm going to warm up a little bit. This allows you to get far range kills more consistently. The last time I talked about the Mastiff in a video, I kind of talked about how nice it is to have the one-shot potential when you have amped weapons. If you use rapid fire, I don't think you really need that anymore. If you just get even a little bit more accurate with your shots, headshots at range still do decent damage. Throwing the rapid fire on top of it though just makes it so it actually competes. Because I hate when I'm in close distance when I'm like, I should win this fight 100% of the time. Okay, not 100%, but at least 90. It's a shotgun, for God's sakes. Well, when you're using rapid fire, it's actually like that. You actually feel like you are in control of the room. But one of the bad things about rapid fire is that it does require you to use grapple. I don't know why I'm saying that's a bad thing, because to me it's actually like a bonus. It's like an excuse to use grapple, I'm all over it. Look at my meter right now, 50% almost is just as potential. If I die, I lose that. I can go sit in the corner for I think like 10 seconds and I'd get my Titan. If not, look for one more grunt, or if you can, try to kill a pilot. But just know that it's not really worth the risk. That's a lot of meter early in the game to be throwing away. But back to this rapid fire thing. You do have to use grapple. When you shoot, you activate your grapple, you press that same button again to bring in the grapple, and then you can shoot again. And you have to just do that repeatedly. So there is a problem with spamming it, so don't just try to spam it, actually do the movements. So shoot, grapple, bring it back, shoot again. But long story short, all I'm telling you to do is a double tap. You double tap your ability button, whatever that may be. This is a problem. We need to talk about this. At close range, usually melee is your friend. And there's two reasons for it. It's like, it's already close range, it's an insta hit, but the thing is, so is a shotgun. But the difference is that it's just plain easier. It's plain easier, though it may not be better, to melee. You know, you have to hit your shot in order to kill a guy with your shotgun. And we all know how the melee works in this game. So we're not going to be surprised when you get a little bit of help to get those hits. One of the common problems that you're also going to see, which is in the exact same fashion, is when you're using North Star. Because a lot of the time it's just easier for you to punch somebody than it is for you to go through all the trouble of aiming and tracking because it's a projectile.
That's how you do it, pilot.
But you don't feel as good about it, right? And that's kind of my dilemma sometimes. I'm like, how do I want to do this? It's like I'm packing a fire star, so I gotta use it. Sometimes I can't just hold it in my pocket, because just like before, that's wasted potential. I need to use the tools that I have. And when I forget about my ordnance, I feel bad for myself, because it's like, why? Every time I put Ordnance Expert on, if I look back at the footage, like, I'll start off really strong using more ordnance, and then I'll just be holding it for like a minute at a time, which may not seem that long, but in game time that's actually super long. If you're not using things around the time that they respawn, then typically you'd say that you're not using them efficiently. It's a little different in first-person shooters, but again, it's all about holding in that potential. I don't know how I got into just describing this potential, but that's kind of how it is also with the rapid fire, right? It's untapped potential for a lot of the classes, unless you have grapple, which sucks because you're just leaving that on the table. And for me, I think it's worth putting on grapple just to play around with this, because it is a lot of fun. I would prefer if stim recharged faster and lasted less time. I know I said that the opposite way. I guess maybe I'd like it both ways if it was also way longer, but no, this is definitely right. A lot shorter with a faster recharge time. Because for me personally, when I use stim, I'm just using it to make one really long leap, or just you know, start strafing really fast once I've already encountered action. I don't need it to activate for really long. I would just like to have more options to use it more often. Yes, that is now my official stance on that. Man, I have a lot of stances and I do go back on things, but you know what? I feel really good about that one. Even though I just came up with it, it makes sense to me. This was the one time I did not use North Star. I'm definitely going to have to show a North Star game in the very near future, but I know we're going to be doing Ronin next. It's actually a pretty lethal game. It goes up to 40 kills. Yeah. So that's going to be the game we're going to cast next, which I'm going to be doing all in a row. So it's going to be a pretty active week, guys. So if you guys were hoping for some Titanfall videos, then, well, that's what you're going to get. Yeah, there's like 3 in the works right now. So this is going to be a good week. All right, what else are we doing? I am still a Monarch. I don't know why, but this to me is my favorite Monarch level. I'm still holding on to my battery as well. The benefit is that if I take some damage, I can use it to heal me. So, ooh, that was really close. You know what? This is actually something that's pretty meta to expect that. I have a couple of clips where I get some Titanfall kills, and the thing is, a lot of them happen after you rodeo someone because it just gives you so much Titan meter. So the odds of you getting your Titan are pretty high. So you always have to watch out for that. When you kill a pilot that steals your battery, which is not that hard, it's risky business stealing those batteries. When you kill somebody, don't instantly just get out and go grab the battery because there's a chance you're about to get Titanfalled. Is that a verb? To get Titanfalled? You get a Titanfall on you? I don't know how to say it. Whichever way it works, you know what I'm saying. Alright, so now I'm holding on to my core. Holding on to the core, I was kind of bouncing this in my head. I'm like, what's worth it? The extra damage in now or holding on to the health? The safe thing to do is to hold on to the health. But you know what? I lost it there because somehow I just did not think about those mines. I'm like, this is fine. It's not. That's a lot of damage. I know I'm an ion. Someone runs into my mines and I'm like, yes, I'm ahead. Let's go on the flank, see if we can find somebody. Oh, here we go. That's just such a nice pick. It's like, it's good to get an assist, but it's even better to get a kill or to steal a kill as a Monarch. When a Ronin does it, I'm like, you don't need any more kills, man. You're already slaying pilots. But Monarch getting those kills right here, like that's what gets me to my 3rd tier. And that's when I'm super tough. Look, I'm just about to, as soon as my, like everything just kind of times out itself perfectly. Okay, well, almost perfectly. I need my core right now. Okay, just a little bit late. We took a little bit of hull damage, but nothing major. Should we get out? Should we get out? That's what's always going through my mind in those moments. I'm like, should I get out? But you get out of your Titan at your own risk. But it's decisions like that that make you into a great player. Think about this scenario real quick. When you have a one-on-one fight against a Titan and it's a really intense battle and you're like, you really want to kill this guy. But then one of his pilots comes into play. What do? The real smart player will actually acknowledge it. You'd be surprised how many people in Titanfall are in a Titan battle and it's like they're oblivious to any shots they're taking from the rear or the side. The thing is that if you are getting shot by a pilot while you're in the middle of a Titan fight, you're not going to win that Titan fight anyways. You always have to address the pilot. That is always what you need to do. And right now, I was trying to kill the pilot on his back. I didn't even get that, and I didn't even notice it was a Scourge. Kiss my Titan goodbye. And you know what's the funny thing? Right now, I'm just like, I took all that time to get all worked up, and I blew it just like that. But all of a sudden, I just kind of get this second wave where I'm like, okay, you know what? I am not done. I'm actually almost at my core. I can still do something with this Titan. And I think I actually managed to get a decent amount out of it before I end up getting out of it. And I like that. I like getting those big boosts of energy in game, like when I'm actually like, no, this isn't over. And sometimes I wish that I could just sustain that power throughout a complete game. Like that's when I really do have good games, is when I'm able to keep up the enthusiasm and actually keep true to what I'm trying to do, which is rapid fire. That was almost epic. Almost. But yeah, those are when I'm really having my best moments. That's why I like when I really get into a theme and make it work. When I really get into a certain weapon type or a certain style and I can make it work. Like, to me, it's just really satisfying. And I guess what I really like is just getting into the zone. So let me ask you guys something. How many of you actually use this in a regular game? Not as a one-off, but you actually go out there and start spamming this thing. Because personally, I don't see this at all from my view. I don't think it's a thing that's really widely used, which I'm really surprised. Is it really that people don't know, or people find it too hard to do? Because I know it took me a while to actually get into the groove of it without just spamming it and actually trying to do it consistently. And it is really good. Oh my god, I love that kill. But yeah, it is so good. And do I want to see more of it? Yeah, because I'd rather see more shotguns than more cars and alternators. 100%. Did this thing make it a lot stronger? Is it something that would be patched? It's like, I don't know. Like, let's just theoretically talk about it. Like, I don't think it's overpowered one bit, not even close. But let's just talk about that real quick. Like, do you think that this would be something that would be patched just purely on the fact that you would have to use grapple in order to do it, which would make it seem really unfair to all the other classes? They're just like, why did you leave us out of something so amazing? That's the only way I could see it actually getting patched. I was actually scared of all those AI, man. Like, these guys will kill you. I don't like hanging out with them. Plus, these ones actually look a little bit like pilots. They throw me off a bit. But going back to the balance talk, well, considering that there isn't actually going to be any balance changes, this isn't going to get changed. So is it worth learning? I'd say so, because I think we're going to be playing Titanfall at least till next-gen console at this point. Which I'm fine waiting for, but I'd really like to hear an announcement soon. That would get me really pumped for it. I could see this game running on a slightly different engine, on a slightly different movement, but I don't know. I'm just imagining things now. Is he going in here? Never mind, I'll never get to know now. Right now I'm just looking for an easy pilot kill because I think I want to get this to 30. You can see me frantically looking for it. Did I get it? Is that 30? Now I can just chillax and work on some Titans? Yeah, I must know it's 30. Plus, I was pumped at the moment because I ended it with a rapid fire. Let's see, do I get my Titan? Close. Like, damn, that's why I love stealing batteries. The thing is, even if I die, I get the core meter. That's what I was missing before. It's like the risk is so worth it. That core meter, it's so much, even if I don't get the battery. What you really want to get up on is your rapid fire Mastiff. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video and are going to be starting to rapid Mastiff, and I hope to see you out there. If you pull out a rapid Mastiff, I will pull out a rapid Mastiff. Better yet, I'm going to bring out an Eva because it already does this trick without having to do it. There, for all of you guys that don't want to run grapple, you guys can run the Eva and we can meet out in the battlefield and it will be glorious. Alright, we're going to leave it at that. Again, thank you all for joining me. Paper, cut to you, and I'll see you all next time. That was awful. I hit my head. Oh, sad. Sad face.